Hi everyone, Mike White here. Welcome to this week's vlog post. We're counting down the final days of 2020 as we step into October 1st. And for most of the world, it represents the final quarter of 2020. But for us in the mortgage industry and for those in real estate, we all know that our windows are much more limited. Things that are going to close in 2020 is even a shorter window, depending upon whether they're purchases or refinances. There is a timeline. So especially on the purchase side of the world, getting your deals in and scheduled to close is important. And on the refi, timeline, it also can be a bit challenging. And depending upon where you work and the type of loan that you're doing and the circumstances, those calendars could be similar or they could be completely different. And that's what I want to talk about a little bit this week is really pulling it all together and making sure that we're making use of it. Because I know, let's be honest, if you're in the mortgage or real estate industry right now and you're not up to your eyeballs or beyond in opportunity, you're probably wondering why everybody else is, and that's a whole other conversation. But for most of us, it really is a continuation of what has been a wealth of opportunities. But it's really important now in October that we take some time and really commit to making our final course corrections for this year and some of the things that we must be fully aware of. And that's why I wanted to bring to you today, a relatively short list of things to pay attention to, but important to pay attention to nonetheless. And the point that I was just making in the opening is, when is the last day? Based upon the types of loans you're doing, the company that you work for, and the timelines you're likely to see as we approach fall and toward winter, when's the last day on the calendar that I'm going to be able to take a purchase loan or a refinance loan? And we talk about this every year, except for many of us, some of this gets changed simply because we're also dealing with the fact that if it's a refinance, as it stands right now, and obviously subject to change, December 1st, we're going to get an extra 50 basis point hit to the rate on, to your cost on refinances come December 1st. So it's important. Are you going to get those deals in and close before December 1st? Are you going to eat the 50 basis points? Is it not going to show up all that much in your pricing? Questions to be sure. But again, for many companies, some people are prioritizing purchases over refinances, and they're still able to close purchases in 30 days, but their refinances are taking 45 or longer. You really need to know, especially looking at the calendar. Who's open on Christmas Eve? Who's open on New Year's Eve? Who's working the Friday after Thanksgiving? All important questions to make note of on your calendar. Again, the other pieces go in this is looking at your referral partners and really taking a hard look year to date. Who has been sending you what? Have the people who you thought were going to be sending you 4, 5, 6 transactions this year already up to 4, 5, or 6 transactions? Are they at 3 or 4 transactions? Are they at 0 or 1 or 2? The reality of it is you have to look compared to last year's business plan. You really have to evaluate what's going on. And that brings me to my next point. Who are the 5 surprises, or who are the 5 people that you've been involved with this year who you'd like to really commit to making part of your permanent referral partnership group? The people that you really want to include in your business plan 2021 as people you want to have a deeper and more committed relationship with. Because again, whether it's dollar volume or units or certain tiers of production that you're trying to strive for in the last weeks and months of this year, those referral partners, those key people that you're going to carry with you into 2021 are an opportunity. Who are those 5 people? And just like we talked about a few weeks ago about those 20 refinances that we were going to reach in and grab extra to do something specific with to make this whole craziness of this year more valuable to us and our family and our friends and our community? Who are the 5 relationships that you can identify right now that you're really going to work on to secure a deeper and more committed relationship with in these last 90 days? And again, we talk about this because of the holiday calendar. Are you a group of people? Do you have a Halloween event? Do you do something special around Thanksgiving? Are you targeting for gifts for Christmas? Are there big events in your community that you support around the holidays? Or do you do events in that gap week between Christmas and New Year? There's a lot of, are you going to do the Black Friday sale? All of these things are potential, but you have to start working on them now if you're really going to do them. So when you look at that and say, these are the things that are important, these are the things that I can sit here right now on October 1st and look at it and say, I really have to pay attention to these last few things. What's my pipeline now? Where am I year to date? Are there any things, whether it be units or dollar volume, that are important to me emotionally, or a number from my company, or change my compensation package? Same thing with your referral partners, by the way. What are the targets for this last quarter? Because if you don't get after it now, I'm telling you, if you thought this year is crazy, these last 90 days, we're going to be at January 1st before you know it, and you're going to be wondering what happens. And last but not least, and the thing that drives me crazy, because I yell at my people all the time to take care of their CE in February, it's October. Hey guys, I know that you've got a lot going on, but you're going to have a lot more going on in November and December. So if you don't have your CE done for this year, get it done now, because October is the month that we're going to talk about business planning, and we've got to finish this year positively and put in the new building blocks for 2021, because if we're not going to plan it out, you're not going to be able to adapt. As always, if you have any questions or comments, it's Mike, imtcoaching.com. Take care.